Hi there. I'm going to recreate a comedy routine I did at the Comedy Store with my good friend Jeff here. And so basically, it's at the Comedy Store. So here we go. Well, it's great to be here at the Comedy Store, the world famous Comedy Store. I mean, I feel like I graduated to the big time. You know, I was actually doing a gig just down the street for the last couple weeks, and it was a club called the Crying Store. So I feel like, well, I actually killed him there, but made him cry, but I'm going to try to make you laugh tonight. So at any rate, my lawyers tell me I have to say a disclosure. So here's the disclosure. The stories and events you're about to hear are true. The names are changed to protect the guilty. My name is Monte. At any rate, so a little bit about myself. I'm from California, and I suffer from a debilitating brain malady called RCRS. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it stands for really can't remember shit. And so there I have my little notes because I really can't remember shit. It's just true. It's true. And along with the other disease I have called SADD, also known as SAD, which stands for Super ADD. The doctors, well, I went to the doctors and said, with the combination of RCRS and SADD, what's the deal? And the doctor said, well, you don't have long to live. Really? Well, how long do I have? And the doctor said 40, 50 years max. So with that said, or was it 40, 50 minutes max, or weeks? I don't remember. But at any rate, the point is, I thought I'd try comedy because I've done lots of things in my life. I've had over 77 careers. This would be number 78 if someone passes me $1 and I get paid for it. At any rate, I hitchhike around the world, done just about everything. Literally 77 careers. And so that's a little bit about myself. I am a humanitarian. I run a nonprofit. I'm an author. I published more books than I've read. One. Let's see, I'm a producer, director. I was a Portuguese dubber, snow machine operator in Switzerland, waiter in Florida, a silo builder in Iowa. No, Ohio. No, Iowa. At any rate, so I've forgotten more careers than most people have had. But, so getting back to my RCRS, there's pluses and minuses to having no memory. And one of the big pluses is I've been married 33 years, happily married, as I wake up with a different woman every morning. Another thing, a positive, is I did a lot of traveling in my day, and inevitably, I'd come home, and my wife would say, have you been fooling around? And I'd say, not that I can remember. So that's a positive, not be remember things. You can't lie. That's a great positive. You have to have a great memory to be a liar. Who would I tell that to? You know, did I tell you I was a doctor? So I have no memory, so I can't lie. Which also means I have no worries. Because if you can't remember your problems, you have no worries. So those are some of the positives. Another great positive is I love watching movies. And I get to watch movies over and over and over again because I can never remember the ending. Now, on that point, the negative is I've actually come home renting a movie at Redbox, and my wife would yell at me and say, we just watched that 3 days ago. And so that's a very big negative. You have to go back to the store. So now I call her from the machine, and I ask her, did we see this one? And she'll say yes, and I'll say, did I like it? So that's some of the negatives. Another negative is, let's see here, what's some of the other negatives? Family and friends really take offense when you can't remember their names. You know, so everyone's buddy. You know, hey buddy, how you doing? People call me up on the phone, and I have no clue who they are, but they still call me, and I still try to talk to them. That's a negative. What are some of the negatives? Well, you try to improve your memory. You know, nobody likes having no memory. So I'll buy tapes, and I'll buy pills, and I'll buy all these sorts of things. My wife keeps yelling at me for buying more stuff. But if you can't remember to take the pill, that doesn't do any good. And if you can't remember where you put the tapes, that does not much any good either. So you have to remember to take those things. My sister was always trying to cure me or help me. And so there's little routines that if you touch your left hand with your right knee and vice versa, you could improve your memory, but I could never remember to do that either. So then they came out with the computer. Oh, fantastic, a computer. It remembers everything. Well, the problem with the computer is you have to remember where you put it. So now you have to classify it under insurance and the guy's name and this. So, you know, I'm lost with the computer. Write it down. Oh, that's a great thing. Write it all down. Well, I've got volumes of notepads now, and I can't remember where I wrote the name. So then you have to read every notepad to try to find where you put the thing you're supposed to remember, so writing it down. So that doesn't work. So at any rate, but I've gotten by. You know, I've traveled around the world, had some great times. I want to end with a funny story. I was at the Ken. I've got lots of funny stories, but this one in particular, people seem to enjoy. I was at the Cannes Film Festival, and I had a post-production company at the time, doing PAL conversions and foreign language dubbing. And every night at the Cannes Film Festival, which is the biggest party in the world, they have a premiere at the Palais. Big red carpet, hundreds of paparazzi from around the world, thousands of fans. And someone I had met needed an escort that night. At the last minute, she was late. I walked into, you know, they turned all the hotels into little offices where they sell their films. So I showed up around premiere time, and they were so excited because she didn't have an escort, and you don't go alone to an event like that. So they dolled me up in a suit, and went out to the Croisette, and we were late. So I flagged down a car. Second car was a stretch limo, and so I get in the car, and I look behind to see who picked us up, and I've never seen anybody so rich in my life. It looked like $1 billion. Turns out he was a billionaire. And the girl next to him was gorgeous, and she looked like $1 million. So I've got 2 minutes to make this guy my friend. Now I'm a networking guy, and if you look in the dictionary under networking, it says see Monte. So here I am, I got 2 minutes to make this guy my friend, and I did. And we exchanged cards within those 2 minutes, and we pull up to the Palais. Now here's the scene. They open their car door, you know, the valet, and they get out. If you can imagine thousands of crowds, and they're all watching this. So we get out, and I say to the girl, follow my lead, because no one knows we're not with this couple, because we got out of the same limo. So the stars walk up the red carpet on the left, and the fans, some of the people have tickets to the show, walk up on the right, and the really big, important people walk up the center. So as they're walking up the center, they can probably feel that we're right behind them, because we're one step behind them. We're walking up, and at the top of the stairs is a couple. And the couple is surrounded by guards, and so the man shakes hands with the woman. They all shake hands, they say hello, and they move aside and go into the show. So we're right there with them, so we shake hands with the guy and the woman. So we get into the lobby, and the girl is beside herself, because they realized that we were walking up with them, what was going to happen. She goes, do you know whose hand you just shook? I go, no, no idea. She goes, that was the president of France. I go, really? That was interesting. And so the end of the story is the guy who picked me up, probably, I don't know, any guesses out there? Well, his name was Silvio Berlusconi. Yeah, he became the premier of Italy. So those are the kind of stories I have from traveling around the world. You know, if you take Forrest Gump, and you take Catch Me If You Can, and you take Arthur, and you mix them all together, you've got Monte. And that's, I've got lots of stories like that, and I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching.
Cut.
Cut.